And here we are after the qualifying session of the Japanese Grand Prix, and have to say man, it was a damn exciting one despite the obvious gap between the bulls and its competition. So without any further ado, let's get right into my observations of the session. Starting off with the first one, Zhou's bottle job. I mean, to be fair, there were a lot of bottle job from drivers in Q1 when compared to their respectful teammates, but Zhou's one felt pretty prominent because of Valtteri's mega lap to get into Q2. With his contract ending this year, Zhou really needs to up his game, and unfortunately with Sauber's issues with the pit stop, he really needs to take advantage of the qualifying session to shine so that he can be noticeable to the other teams. Sargent's rough weekend. I mean, Sargent weekend did not get off to a good start with him crashing the car in an extravagant fashion at FP1. Thankfully, he got away without damaging his chassis, but he did end up damaging all the upgraded parts, which meant he ran and will be running the old spec parts for qualifying and for rest of the weekend. And considering that, I feel like he did a decent job in qualifying, but he really needs to clean up his act. The crash proves the reason why the team decided to give Sargent's chassis to Albon at the Australian Grand Prix and decided to give Albon's repaired chassis to Sargent here at the Japanese Grand Prix and not his old one. These crashes are just slowing down the progress of the team, as they constantly have to produce replacement parts rather than focusing on the development of new parts, which could hamper the team's progress throughout the season, and it also racks up repair bills. If this poor run of form continues for Sargent, I don't see him sticking around with the team or in F1 for next year. Yuki serves it to Ricciardo again. Okay, to be fair, this was a much better performance from Ricciardo as well, considering that he had to sit out for FP1 to give his car to Iwasa for the junior program, and FP2 was basically just a waste of time with the poor weather condition. So all he had was FP3 to get on top of the car and get up to speed with the track. So P11 was not a bad shout from Ricciardo, and I think the gap was not even a tenth between Yuki and Ricciardo. So yes, it was a much better performance from Ricciardo, but Yuki still delivered a mega lap to get into Q3 and out-qualify his teammate to extend his lead in the teammate head-to-head, which is very important for him this season. Qualifying P10 was a solid effort from Yuki, considering that it is also his home race, so there is obviously some pressure on him. Where is Ferrari's pace? Ferrari, after having a lightning start to the season being Red Bull's closest challenger, has seemed to have lost all its pace at Japan, with Sainz qualifying P4 and Leclerc in P8. Considering the team performed so well in the first 3 rounds, which was also on 3 different kinds of tracks, I expected for the team to carry that momentum forward into this Grand Prix as well. But Ferrari seemed to have lost some pace, and I don't know where, so I feel like the team has some work to do to find where the team is losing crucial lap time. But the points are scored tomorrow, and let's see if Sainz can overtake the McLaren to finish on the podium. Has Hamilton clicked with the W15? Mercedes, as I expected, struggled here, but the positive sign is that Hamilton seemed to have clicked with the W15. Seeing him hoon the car around Shizuka was probably one of the best visual sights to behold of the session. Out-qualifying his teammate for the first time this season, it seems like he's getting more and more comfortable with the W15. So with some proper push laps tomorrow, the team can gather some vital data that could expose the flaws of the W15, which I hope helps the team find the cure for the car quicker. Aston's much needed upgrade. Aston brought a big upgrade package to the Japanese Grand Prix, but Alonso seemed to have extracted the maximum out of the package. Though it seemed like the upgrade package didn't do much in terms of improving the pace of the AMR 24, especially considering the size of the upgrade package. I'll wait till tomorrow's race and maybe till the end of the Chinese Grand Prix to come to a conclusion on whether the new upgrade package has made any improvement to the car or not. Stroll again had a horrid qualifying session here at Japan. Considering that he had an extra day to work with the upgraded package compared to Alonso, he should have at least made it into Q3, but getting knocked out in Q1 is not a pretty sight. It seems like Aston's much needed upgrade right now is a new driver replacing Stroll. Hell, I'm planning on making a separate video on him, so don't be surprised if this ends up being the title of the video. Checo checks in for pole. I mean, Red Bull were just untouchable in the qualifying session. It seems like the new upgrade package has worked wonders with both the cars securing a comfortable 1-2. But the margin between Checo and Max was astonishingly close for pole position. I think this has been the closest qualifying session gap between both the drivers. And the fact that it has happened in Japan out of all tracks is even more special, as this track plays into Max's strengths. A lot of high-speed sweeping corners or proper race track. And this has been the biggest weakness of Checo. Considering the layout of Suzuka, a small mistake at a particular corner can easily rob you of a tenth. But Checo managed to pump in a lap time that was just 0.066 tenth of a second off of pole time, which was held by Max Verstappen, which is also the closest Checo has gotten to securing or fighting for a pole position, with Max still being in it without an issue in a qualifying session. And Checo's final push lap in Q3 was particularly so good to watch, as he was able to perfectly hoon the car around the corners with absolute commitment, which is something that we haven't seen from him in a very long time. So I really hope he carries forward this momentum for the rest of the weekend and also for rest of the season to hopefully secure a contract extension with Red Bull. Though both the drivers took a comfortable 1-2 front row lockout for Red Bull at the Japanese Grand Prix, both the drivers were pretty worried about the car's long run pace, which did not seem too promising for the drivers. So let's wait and watch what the race has in store for us. So yes guys, on the whole it was a very exciting session to watch. I mean, I really hope the race delivers something exciting as well, as I vividly remember the Japanese Grand Prix race last year being pretty boring to watch. So I hope Suzuka delivers this time out, and let's keep our fingers crossed on that. With that being said, I would like to wrap up this video guys, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and let me know down in the comments on what are your thoughts on the qualifying session of the Japanese Grand Prix and what you expect out of the race. Leave it down in the comments. With that being said, subscribe to the Renmaster channel if you haven't already, and also hit that bell icon while you're at it so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And until next time, it's me Vinesh from Renmaster, and I'm out. Love you guys, stay safe, peace.